Hello friends, welcome back to MoonMagickSpirit. My name is Meg, and today I figured I would share a video with you on what crystals I'm working with this month, how I plan on working with them, and the intentions that I set to them. I thought that this would be a really fun video to share with you. This is the first time that I'm really taking crystal work seriously. I have so many crystals and I've just been wanting to work more with the tools that I have. So I did a really big full moon ritual. It was like the first time in a while I was able to like cleanse things and charge them under the light of the full moon, because we were in eclipse season and retrograde, and with my practice I don't set intentions or manifest or cleanse my crystals under those conditions. So I was very excited to take everything that I have, and I also purchased so many new goodies. I will have a crystal haul coming out next for you guys, so if you'd like to see that, be sure to subscribe. It'll be out very soon for you. And I wanted to get to work with some of the crystals that I purchased because I'm going through a really big spiritual, personal healing journey. I have some trauma in my life that I'm trying to heal from, and I'm working really hard on that with my therapist. So I thought it would be a great idea to incorporate crystal work into my healing journey. I'm somebody with ADHD, anxiety, and depression, so a lot of my intentions with my crystals are themed around that for this month, for the specific reason of what I'm going through in my personal life. So one thing that I did was that I cleansed every single crystal that I owned with the smoke, and the ones that I'm going to mention in this video, I wanted to like add a little bit of spark and pizzazz and another little charge to them. So I set them out into the moonlight and I gave them very specific intentions. However, while I was smoke cleansing my other crystals with incense, I gave the general intention to every single crystal. And in case you were curious about what intentions to use, I will have them, I'll list them down below in the description box. You can also find out where else you can connect with me in the description box. But the general intentions that I set for every single crystal was, may you assist in allowing me to feel safe and protected, and may you assist me in aligning with the abundance universally available to me. So those are really great generalized intentions, and I like to set that with any new crystal that comes into my home as well. So let me go ahead and get into it. I have everything listed in alphabetical order, so that's the order I'm going in. And I'm first starting off with Amethyst, and I have quite a bit of Amethyst. I have this giant wand that I recently acquired that you'll be seeing more of in my crystal haul. I also have this chevron skull in an amethyst tower. I love using this tower for meditation specifically. And then I also have this more raw, semi-polished piece of amethyst that I have for a separate use. So when it comes to amethyst, my intention, amethyst offers grounding, protection, support, peace, healing, calmness, and it also helps you connect with your intuition. So for me, my intention with my amethyst is to help soothe emotions, bring peace and calmness into my life. And specifically with this piece here, I plan on keeping next to my bedside nightstand, and the intention for that is to rid my insomnia and my overthinking so I can enter rest in my bedroom and sleep in a more relaxed, peaceful manner. So that is one of 3 stones that I'm going to be using for my insomnia issues I've been having. It hasn't been terrible, but I can't seem to fall asleep before like 5 o'clock in the morning, which is just not great. But I'm thankful that my insomnia doesn't last for days like it once did. So I'm excited to get to work with using this amethyst specifically for nighttime, and also just having these other pieces around me during the day for just like a protection and just to bring some calm energy to me. Probably kicking myself editing because I need to have this space open so I can show you the close-up of the crystals because they're all so pretty. I love looking for rainbows and crystals. So let me know if you catch any of the rainbows on the video. It's so much harder to get the rainbows to show up in video. But anyways, I digress. Up next, which I didn't need to move my camera for this because I'm wearing it, I'm working with black tourmaline. I love wearing this every single time I leave my house. This is a grounding stone. This is also a protection stone. It's going to ward off any negative energy. And when you're interacting with other people in the public, especially with the tense energy that has been in the air for the last year, with all of us coming out of quarantine, I want to leave my house protected, hence the jewelry that I'm also going to get into down the line. But I have this beautiful piece of black tourmaline that I wear almost every single time. I also have a rose quartz necklace. I'm sorry, I'm watching the birds outside my window. I also have a rose quartz necklace, an amethyst necklace, and also a calcite necklace. But this is the one that I tend to favor the most. My Scorpio moon is drawn to very gray neutral colors. So anyways, yes, this offers protection and grounding, and it's also great for setting boundaries and bringing a sense of calm and protection from energy vampires. Colin Robinson? Anyone watch What We Do in the Shadows? Let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait for the 3rd season to come out. So yes, the intention that I set to this was purely for protection and grounding, because I also tend to get a little bit overwhelmed with anxiety when I'm out in public and there's crowds, which I think is like a normal thing after quarantine, but I've also always had like a little bit of social anxiety. So this is also to help ground me and keep me calm when interacting with other people. So up next, I have this calcite, and this is my go-to for when I'm feeling really anxious, if I feel like I'm on the verge of an anxiety attack. I do have a larger form of this. It's like this big. And I sadly dropped this when I was taking it to my Reiki healer, because when I bought it, it wasn't labeled and I didn't know what it was. So I was like, can you help me figure out what this is? And I dropped it when I got out of my car, and this little chunk broke off, and she actually spotted it. And everybody has different beliefs when it comes to crystals breaking. It's said that if a crystal breaks directly, like in half, like most of it's broken in half, it means that it served its purpose and that you don't need to use it anymore. However, people will think that for smaller pieces, but what she said to me was that this smaller piece broke off because it was meant for you to have a handheld piece to carry with you, and with the properties of the calcite and with me having really bad anxiety, it just made sense. So that is what I believe for this little chunk, and I just love the way it feels in my hand. Like, I just feel a sense of calmness when I'm holding it. So calcite is a gentle stone that promotes relaxation, it soothes nerves, and lifts anxiety. It can also absorb energy from others, filter it, and send it back to the benefit of the sender. So again, those Colin Robinsons out there that you might be dealing with, or if you're in a really negative environment that you necessarily you can't easily walk away from, like maybe a home environment or a workplace environment, you know, it gives that like positive light back to those people that are a little bit toxic and negative. So I like that aspect of it. I think it's really cool. And the set intention that I have for my calcite piece is to help soothe my nerves, lift anxiety, promote relaxation, and absorb energy for my benefit. Next, I have celestite, and I actually love using this with my divination tools, which are my tarot cards. This stone feels at home on top of the deck that I've currently been working with, which is the basic Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I absolutely love this, and I will have a list of shops that I purchased these crystals from down below, but also be sure to check out my crystal haul if you want to know where specific crystals are from. So this celestite brings balance and alignment and clears worries. It promotes creativity and aiding and opening the third eye, which is what I think is really great. I like thinking of this crystal as a portal for my spirit guides to connect with me through my tarot cards. That is how I like to use it. So it's to set peace and positivity and to help clear negative energy, which is also really great for my tarot cards, because sometimes you do some heavier readings and I don't like to hold negative energy into my cards. Everyone has their own beliefs, and some people think that you should hold all the energy in your cards, but I don't want that negativity in my life. I had to go grab this one because I already put it to use. This is my clear quartz cluster. I also have a little handheld one that I also like to use and typically pair with my tarot deck as well, and it can help amplify the intention of other stones. That's a great thing about clear quartz. But I also found a little article about crystals and plants, and clear quartz promotes growth in plants, and I only have one plant because I do not. Somehow I managed to kill succulents even though they're made for droughts. But I have my snake plant going on almost 3 years now, so I was like, let me put this in there and see what happens, see if I get any new growth from having this in there, or if I notice any more rapid growth. But clear quartz enhances mental clarity, improves concentration, dissolves blockages, and keeps the energy fresh. It is great to use for healing and amplifying other crystals. And the intention that I have set to this is for growth in my plant, and the intention I have in this smaller tumbled one is alignment and mental clarity. Another one that I feel is really overlooked is if you have any diamond jewelry. I feel like diamond is obviously very mainstream, but we don't think about its properties. So I have my wedding rings and I cleanse them, and I do set intentions for them. So diamonds are to clear emotional and mental pain and reduce fear and bring new beginnings. But it can also amplify positive and negative energy. So you have to be careful with it, and that is why it is good to cleanse the energy. So my intention for this is to bring loving energy and clarity with communication into my relationship. And whether you're in a good relationship or you're having a little bit of struggles in your relationship, I feel like no matter what, that is such a good intention to have, because why wouldn't you want clarity and communication and loving energy being poured into your relationship? The Pedialyte, I feel like I'm saying Pedialyte. By the way, I'm horrible at pronouncing crystal names, so don't come for me too hard. Like, I suck at pronouncing anything and I get tongue-tied all the time. But anyways, this is another stone that is going on my bedside table because it is good for insomnia struggles. So this aids in cooling off fiery emotions, dissolving negativity, and bringing balance. It brings soothing and tranquility energy. It also helps with insomnia, anger, and nightmares. And the reason why I really wanted to incorporate this into my nightstand crystals is because I've been having nightmares and I want to keep those night terrors at bay. So I'm hoping this will protect me from that. So my intention is to dissipate negative energy, clear blockages, and keep nightmares at bay. You know, all promoting that calm, peaceful, restful sleep. Up next, I have Obsidian, which is right here in my jewelry ring form. Obsidian is for introspection and protection. It dissolves blockages, and my intention is to repel negative energy and unloving thoughts. So this is definitely more so for me to repel my own negative energy and to keep those intrusive thoughts at bay. And that's why I love that I have this obsidian in jewelry form, that I can just have it on me and always have that intention going and always be reminded of that intention and keeping those intrusive thoughts away from me. So up next I have pyrite, and again, it goes into like the self-care, self-loving kind of way, the same thing with the obsidian. So this is some pyrite that I have. I could just waste hours just staring at this because it's so sparkly. But pyrite brings prosperity, hope, transformation, well-being, release, and strength. And my set intention for this pyrite, again, is very specific to me. It is to aid in prosperity and strength while deflecting harm, danger, despair, and to overcome fatigue. So again, it kind of pairs back into me not sleeping as well and just feeling a little bit unmotivated, but also to help keep those negative, depressive thoughts at bay. And I'm not saying that crystals can cure your mental illness. It's something that you have to work at. So the crystals can help you if you have the intention there, and it's work. You still have to put the work in. I want to be very clear about that. So up next is the rainbow fluorite, and I go into like a little bit of story in the crystal haul with this one. By the way, I love holding this up to the sunlight. It is just so beautiful. This brings focus, clarity, and mental balance. And what I really want to highlight is that this crystal, what stood out to me, because it did this immediately after I purchased it, is that it draws off negative energies and stress while cleansing, purifying, and dispelling anything that's not in perfect order. So on a psychic level, my intention is to help connect me to my spirit guides. And in the physical realm, my intention is mental balance and clarity. So basically, long story short, I noticed that this was withdrawing negative energy out of me and away from me. And it's going to help me heal, and it's helping with what I'm doing in therapy, the work that I'm doing there. And I'm like getting distracted with a little rainbow that's in here. But yeah, this has been a very, very powerful crystal for me so far. Up next, I have another piece of jewelry, this beautiful rainbow moonstone. It has mostly a purple flash. That's why I chose it, because like I'm more drawn to the cool tones and the warm tones. It still does have some pink and orange in there, but it's mostly a beautiful purple flash, and the light is stunning. This connects to lunar energy, and if you know me, and it should be obvious, it's in my channel name, Moon. And this really connects to lunar energy. I feel such a deep connection to the moon. I'm synced up with the full moon cycle, so I just feel like a very powerful connection to the moon and full moon specifically. So this offers new beginnings, nurturing energy, and promotes healing. It strengthens your intuition, and I really did buy this to work with my tarot to again help strengthen my connection to spirit, to get that intuition working, to get those messages coming out in a more clear manner. So this opens up the possibility of expansion in magic. So my set intention for this is allow room for growth in strengthening my intuition, spirit connection, and tarot skills, and to allow room for growth and to strengthen my relationship with that. So very excited to be working with this piece of jewelry. Up next is red jasper, and I do have intention to work with it because I feel like I could benefit from this energy. And it's also said that spheres can work really well in the middle of a crystal grid, so I usually end up doing a grid on my altar, so maybe I'll put this in the middle. But this red jasper is to offer grounding and nurturing energy while calming emotions. So the set intention for the red jasper is endurance, balance, and vitality, and you know, to also keep your girl a little calm. So up next, I have rose quartz. I have so much rose quartz because I need so much self-love, but really. So I have a really big giant chunk that's on my altar. I have this larger chunk that I'll get to in a second. I have this heart polished rose quartz, which is stunning, this smooth tumbled smaller piece, and this more raw piece of rose quartz. So it's the ultimate self-love stone. It also offers forgiveness, compassion, and self-esteem. So the intention for this, for these ones, is self-love and also self-forgiveness, because again, I'm doing a lot of really hard work in therapy, so having that self-forgiveness is really important to me. And for the larger chunker, this is also going to go into my nightstand, or next on my nightstand next to my bed, with the amethyst and lepidolite. Lepidolite. I'm losing my mind. But yeah, so the three of these together are to promote calming, healing, peaceful, restful, soothing sleep, and to keep nightmares at bay, because if I have a self-love stone next to me, it's promoting like those good calming thoughts, self-loving energy, and hopefully the nightmares don't want anything to do with loving energy. So these are the three that I have for my bedroom, and I will keep you updated if you're interested in how that works out for me. So up next, I have this piece of selenite. This is a selenite wand. This is a really great protection crystal, and it also works really well for cleansing negative energy off yourself, off objects, off other crystals. So throughout the month, if you feel like you've poured a lot of negativity into one of your crystals, you can cleanse and charge it with the selenite. You don't need smoke, you don't need the moonlight, you can just use this. And you also don't need to cleanse or charge this either. It's kind of like an all-in-one perfect little crystal. So this is a high vibrational crystal that brings spiritual connection, cleansing, protection, peace, clarity, and soothing energy. And it also renews fresh energy. So it clears blockages, removing limiting beliefs, recharges energies, and nurtures your intuition. And those are kind of like the intentions that I have set with this selenite. So up next, I have this little itty bitty piece of stillbite that I'm probably going to return to the earth after this cycle. But it broke off when I was cleansing my crystals. So I was like, maybe this is like a reminder to work with it, because I've had my stillbite for quite some time and I've never really worked with it before. So I just took that as a sign of the universe being like, hey, pay attention to me. So I think I'm going to work with this little piece for this month and just remember that I have the larger piece and return this to the earth after this month. That's what feels right to me. So this is supposed to ground your spiritual energy and provide guidance and direction when on a spiritual journey. So I think it's a very important crystal for me to work with for right now. So this is my reminder to work with it. I have a more rare crystal, Trolliot, and it's also more rare that it's like in a double pointed N, and it is so sending the energy on this is just so good. But this works in the background, so it's not like a very quick thing. You'll notice things slowly happening. It's not going to be like a forefront of like noticing things instantly. So it works slower in the background. It aids in letting go of old fears, negative emotions, and anger, anything that holds you back, and it helps you let go of that. So I thought that would be really great to have for my practice. Kind of like, I bought this not really knowing anything about it. When I purchased this in the live sale, they just said, oh, this is a really great crystal for meditation and connecting to spirit. So I was like, oh, cool. And then I learned all the other meanings to this, and it's just so fitting. So your crystals, they really do find you. So yeah, this is really great for bringing gentle energy present. And the set intention that I have for this is ease with dealing with traumas, allow me to work through painful memories and to heal from them. So this is a really great healing, nurturing crystal to have in your collection. And it's also really great for meditation and connecting with your spirit and your spirit guides. And it's also a really great and powerful manifestation crystal. Up next with my jewelry, we have turquoise, and again, this is like a protection kind of stone, so that's why I wanted it in jewelry form. But I have this really pretty turquoise ring, and it's described as the most efficient healer, a purification stone dispelling negative energy while adding protection. So again, my intention for this is spiritual attachment, healing, and self-realization, but also adding that protection from like unwanted negative spirits. But I'm so excited to be working with this and just like having the energy and the intentions of this jewelry just on my hands. It just feels really good and really powerful. And last but not least, I'm working with the more rare Wavelight, and I'm mostly using this to connect to the spirit world and to help with my third eye. But in general, Wavelight promotes healing energies, and it's great for decision making. And my set intention for this is to help increase my intuitive abilities and inner knowledge while promoting healing energy. So this one, I'm going to try to work with it. It's not like super calling out and drawing to me, but I just threw it in there just in case, just to be safe, because it doesn't hurt to have those intentions set to our crystals. All right, that was a journey. I know that it was ambitious and a lot to get through, but I hope you guys learned something cool and new about crystals. If you're working with any crystals this month, let me know what they are down below in the comments. I would love to interact with you guys. And also, if you would like me to update you every month with what crystals I'm working with, I'm sure I'm going to edit my list down a lot after this month, because like I said, I feel like I'm overloading myself here. So if you would like to see more updates with what crystals I'm working with in a less overwhelming manner, probably, let me know, and be sure to check out the description box to see where else you can connect with me. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. And again, if you made it to the end of this long video, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time out of your day to hang out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.